But yeah, man, that's just what I was saying. Like, the film is definitely gonna be great. I definitely look forward to the project. And like I said, tomorrow it's in production. You know what I'm saying? It's in production. You know, so. But that leads me to this topic though. And I want to talk about anime. Because I'm not a big anime fan. But I'm sitting across from someone who is.
The biggest otaku there is. As far as anime, you want to know why I like it so much?
We can get to that. But I guess I'll say, let's start at the start. What makes anime so good? Because I'll phrase it like this. I've seen Death Note, you know, barely. Yeah. I tried to get into One Punch Man and couldn't really do it, you know.
All mainstream. Although I will say those were pretty good.
I saw Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan is nice.
That shit was fire.
But
that shit was fire.
It is. But those are all mainstream anime. And not to say that every single mainstream anime that comes out is bad. There are just so many anime that don't get to shine that are way better.
Okay, so what's the mainstream anime for me?
Naruto, Bleach, Dragon Ball Z, I guess Attack on Titan and Death Note as well, yeah. Pretty much just everything that gets surfaced. And I mean, yeah, there's a good reason why it gets surfaced, because it has longevity or because it is good. But from my viewpoint, getting so deep into things nobody's ever heard of, like, I feel like the best anime are the ones that don't get to shine, are the ones that have 1 or 2 seasons that don't have enough budget to continue. You know what I'm saying? And what makes it so good is everything you love about film. The way the music will change everything about the way you feel.
Lift you up or sit you down.
Exactly. The way the characters develop. I think in anime, that's probably the most important part, character development. Because if you can make me hate a character or make me love a character, they're important right away. If you make me laugh from a specific character, he's going to be someone I want around. All those things add up, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Things like, and it's a little art form, like you have to draw that shit. You know,
so you're saying the writers for anime do a great job in character development?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good anime.
Because I know One Punch Man was in like 15 minutes. Episode, it's 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You know,
20
minutes.
Most of them are. Yeah. It's just, it was one season.
But that's what I'm thinking about. Like, how do you... Okay, it's also a show, too, as well, versus an actual film. You know what I'm saying? Versus it being 2 hours to put together something.
There are things called OVAs, which is more of a movie, and it covers the anime in it. Because you have to understand, anime 9 times out of 10 will come from a manga, which is a book that a Japanese artist did themselves. So the actual storytelling and the writing and the character development comes from those geniuses down in Japan. And what people will turn that into anime, which in my opinion is normally better. I can't really say better, but for me personally is more keeps me there.
Is it because it takes away the outside rules of life in anime and puts it all into one that's raw, gritty, you know what I mean?
I mean, that's definitely true, but that's not true saying manga versus anime, because the manga, there's so many manga where it's way more raw than the anime.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Which the actual book itself.
Vice versa. Exactly. Which is also vice versa. And another thing I think is pretty cool, this is just like, it don't really matter, but they read the shit from right to left rather than left to right. So it's like, being in America, it's going backwards, but it makes sense, you know. But yeah, that's
So what are the non-mainstream anime that you think is better than the mainstream anime?
There's one called Risai no Kajutsu, one called Freezing.
You said that shit fluently.
I did too, didn't I? Natsume Yujinko. That one's a slice of vibe if you're chill and just want to relax a little bit. There's one called Mob Psycho 100. It's more on the mainstream, but it's like, it's just coming up, and it's gonna have a 3rd season for sure. It's way too good not to. And that also ties back to why I say I'm a little, even though I am one of the people that are like, oh, you only watch mainstream, I don't actually say that to people, because there are fairly good mainstream. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and those are really, I mean, all the reasons why you not should, but why I like anime, why I love it so much, is because there is no set of rule books. There's nothing finite about it. Like, people will say that anime is for kids. Yeah, there's a lot of anime for kids. There's a lot more anime that you would never let your child watch, and I promise. Like, I'm talking like you wouldn't even want to watch unless you were a person that could handle some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just like film. There is no. Actually, as a matter of fact, it has more leverage over film as in what it can do. Because if you're like Warner Brothers or something, you wouldn't just want to put out something that would offend the entire world. But for somebody that is in the studio of animation, like, they can just do that, because yeah, there would be people who like the film, but it would just be so controversial. But as with anime, it really wouldn't be that controversial. You just go watch it and be like, wow, it was amazing.
Well, anime is its own world. Like, I've noticed that the people that like anime really like anime.
Yeah.
Like, it's either a love or hate. It's not really, there's no in between when it comes to anime. And you all really have personal views on anime.
Yeah,
that's like it more than regular TV and stuff like that. So,
but it's because we've branched from the mainstream and saw how much more there is to it.
Right.
And not only for entertainment, like, but you can just learn, like how you would learn things watching a regular film. You can learn so much about, I mean, even other culture, because a lot of the times it'll take place in Japan, or even though it's a Japanese character, they'll go to a place like France or something like that. You can learn culture, you can see it, and it's very. A lot of the times they're what's the word for comedy? Like, their sense of humor, it's actually like hilarious, bro. Like, if you just sit and grab a backwood or something, you're watching that, it's actually hilarious. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And yeah, there's just lots of reasons to like it.
Okay. So what do you look for in an anime?
Good, honestly, really just good story, because I love action. You know what I'm saying? I love the eki shit. But if it doesn't have any of that, but it has a great story, like Natsume Yujinko, which again is a slice of life, just something for you want to relax, you chill, it's really relaxing. That to me is still as, well, maybe not Freezing exactly, because Freezing was really good, but and which is again more action type thing. It's still as good just in its own right. You know what I'm saying? The music it has is just a vibe. The way the art is as well, because you have to understand, like, sure, there's a lot of animation that looks the same, but there is just so many different ways that you could draw something, and you see it all through the different anime. You know what I'm saying? Rather than just watching Naruto and then Black Clover, which is like
the animation to Naruto. I'm not an anime person at all. I definitely tried though. Like I said, from One Punch Man to Attack on Titan. I like Attack on Titan. Hunter x Hunter, that was another one. Yeah. But that was mainstream too, right?
It is.
But you're saying...
And also, most of the mainstream anime are older ones. So it's like...
How old?
Like, when I was a kid. Like Dragon Ball Z before, I'm pretty sure it came out in the 90s. Naruto came like 2000, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
2002. So the fact that they're still on top would be a reason why somebody who doesn't watch anime goes and watches it and is like, I don't see why it's that good. It's because we've already built a connection to that, and they're still making episodes. You know what I'm saying? Naruto only recently, well, it's been a few years now, but they're still going with Boruto and all that. So it's like we have, when you talk about character development, like literally as a child, you're developing with those characters. You know what I'm saying? So it's so much more. It's so much more deeper than just becoming an adult and then watching Naruto. Like, if you're already an adult, you've never seen an anime in your life, you probably should go watch something like Grisai no Kanjutsu, because you would probably love it. It's way more mature. It's way more, and even though it has comedy and